is portal season. But there is portal season, and then there's tampering season nowadays in college football. We are currently in portal season. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think portal season is really just about, making statements and getting commitment edits finalized. And it's just about announcement times, really. It's all about formalities right about now. It's about telling the world what you already been doing. And what you've been doing, all right, is tampering season. And tampering season, I'd say, started about a month ago. Maybe 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, depending on how advanced scouting, how advanced you are in your scouting, I should say, with regards to the transfer portal. Tampering season was the last couple of months in college football. And you know what this is, right? This is, hey, are you happy, right? Hey, Dad, is your son happy at the school he's at? And no, we showed you a lot of love coming out of high school. Y'all know how these tampering things work. Y'all also know that tampering is just as big and a legal part of college football right now. And it's not technically legal, but it's not being, enforced. There's nothing actually being enforced about it, so it might as well be legal. It's just as big of a portion of this whole deal right now in college football as the portal itself or as NIL itself, right? The ability to go out and get in bed with these individuals prior to actually hitting the portal is something that is happening left and right. We talked about it last night, okay? Kirby Smart was asked about it 3 weeks ago. Hey, what's going to happen when the portal comes? And he said, hey, man, when these guys come to us and say they want to enter the portal, most of them, 9 times out of 10, already know exactly where they are going. So what is he telling you? He's telling you that he knows this tampering exists, and you know this tampering exists, right? I think we all know now, looking back at it, there was something funny going on with A.D. Mitchell. Right? It seemed like something funny was going on with A.D. Mitchell. Rumored to enter the portal. As soon as he enters the portal, boom, Texas, right? We saw this with your backup quarterback in the last 72 hours, 48 hours, right? As soon as he enters the portal, ooh, might be Kentucky. A day later, ooh, is Kentucky, right? These things are already finalized before they happen. And guess what? Why are we talking about this tonight? Because it goes both ways. It goes very much so both ways. As soon as London Humphreys hit the portal from Vanderbilt, 6'3", 200-pound wide receiver, former 3-star recruit, had 450 yards this year, including a 60-yard explosive against you guys. Guess what? As soon as he hits the portal, ooh, might have some interest in Georgia. Hey, interest might be mutual. Okay, so you had that one. And then today, you get Trevor Etienne hitting the portal officially. And this is something that was already, I don't go digging for this stuff, but you ain't had to dig very far that there might be some interest prior to this announcement today. Florida folks knew about it. I got to tell you, that's the first one that texted me, actually, was a source from Florida saying, hey, yo, this is probably going to happen. And if it does, or when it does, rather, your school that you cover probably going to be one that's heavily involved in this one. Not officially reporting the mutual interest. I'm just telling you there's probably going to be some between Etienne and the University of Georgia. And I know for a fact, okay, I can tell you, I shouldn't say fact, sourced information here. This dude wants to go play for an immediate winner. He does not want to have to wait around for any type of maybe this team's going to be good. Wants to play for an immediate winner, and he wants a featured role as soon as he gets there. So that being said, with Trevor Etienne in the portal today, gentlemen, first of all, welcome in. What do you think ultimately a potential matchup or a potential landing spot at the University of Georgia looks like? Because I'm just envisioning the fact that Georgia needs to be active in this one. They need to be heavily involved in pursuing this one. Branson Robinson going to be coming off of a foot injury next year, right? A full year on the shelf. Knee. Knee.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. A lot going on in this head of mine. I know it's rather large, but they don't all the thoughts don't stick there forever. Branson Robinson obviously coming off a year-long injury, albeit a knee injury. Okay, Andrew Paul, very similar case, fresh off of one this past year, his first full year healthy. Roger Robinson and Cash Jones, right? That plethora of backs and the freshmen coming in. You're a couple injuries away from looking at your roster and going, damn, we might be looking at some true freshmen playing for us. Again, that is not having addressed what might happen with Kendall Milton or what might happen with Dejon Edwards. But let's just talk hypotheticals. If that is the roster, gentlemen, if the roster next September is just Branson Robinson, Andrew Paul, Roger Robinson, Cash Jones, and a plethora of freshmen, it's not enough. They have to be active in this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. You want to have a guy like Etienne in that room because, like you just mentioned, the injuries, you want to make sure that you can buy Branson some time if you have to. You don't want to have to rush him in from Jump Street at the beginning of the season next year, especially with the slate that you have next year.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't have enough bodies in a running back room. You can always have more. Georgia learned that this year. They kind of flirted with that line, towed the line a little bit.
Flirted. They converted a wide receiver. They didn't flirt. They passed over the line this year of not having enough depth at the running back position.
Very fair point.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So definitely don't want to be in that position again this year.
Yeah, I mean, it also a guy like Etienne. Yeah, what was that? It fell.
I have no idea what just fell off my desk. Keep going.
But no, a guy like Etienne has a lot of experience too. He's been a starter in an SEC program for 2 years, so having him come on your roster would be huge, especially when you look at that. Branson Robinson hasn't been RB1. Andrew Paul won't have been RB1. All these guys, Cass Jones got a little bit of run at it at the start of the season, but other than that, you don't have a lot of guys getting experience as that primary feature back. So it would be very helpful to have a guy like Etienne on the roster.
And granted, he only had one start this year, so technically he was the 2 behind Montrell Johnson.
I think that's
his name. Again, a lot going on up here. We're getting better about the names. Normally, I am just terrible with them. I'm a numbers guy.